Good morning. What a gorgeous day it is outside. I am getting ready to take off to the Goodwill to see if I can find things to purchase and resell in my store. We had an awesome selling week, so I need to go out there, get busy, and see what I can find to purchase and thrift for a profit. So wish us luck. Hopefully the thrifting gods are with us. See you soon.
All right, let's get this party started. I love when we first walk into the thrift store because we don't know what we're going to find, and it gives me amazing energy. And if you are like me and you have a passion for thrifting and possibly reselling, you know that feeling. It's an amazing feeling. I'm curious, how many of you guys that are watching me are resellers? By the way, big regret, should have bought these. Farmhouse is huge right now. Pro tip, that's a hot seller. I don't know why I didn't take them. I literally got a similar thing in from a consignor later on in the week, and they sold immediately. These sell very well. These family picture collage frames are very popular. This was too much, $9.99. That's about what I would sell it for. This would have had to been $5 or $6 for me to pick it up. So it was definitely too much, not half price color. But anyway, back to what I was saying. How many of you watching me are resellers? I'm curious because I would love for you to share in the comments some of your pro tips. It doesn't matter what you resell, if it's clothing, antiques, vintage, more modern things like what I do, jewelry. I mean, I'm just curious as to your reselling experience, any pro tips you might have to share, what you think is hot, especially like what's hot right now and where you're finding a lot of your stuff. I think if we can build a reseller community here, I think the sharing of tips would be amazing. I don't know, that's what I think. But anyway, back to the shopping. You can see I already put a bunch of stuff in my cart, and one of my pro tips is I always park my cart, or if I'm in a smaller shop, I bring like an IKEA bag and I put it on the floor. And I find it easier to shop if you just put everything to one spot. You just keep coming back to your spot and putting stuff in it. And then you're free to move in around the aisles. And yeah, this was cute. I definitely picked this up. That's a lovely saying. I picked it up because of the bird. $5.99. It was half off. Blue and green were the half off colors at Goodwill this day. So look how full my cart is, you guys. Oops, 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 oops. There we go. Don't break anything. I didn't end up getting this. I put it in the cart to think about it, and then I put it back because it didn't have glass. This was a really pretty pottery piece. And yeah, $7.99. It would have been half off, so it would have been $4, but I don't know why, but I just put it back. It just didn't have enough color, I think. I don't know, something. I think the color. And then these were, again, the color. I don't always sell a lot of blue pottery. They are studio pottery pieces at $1.99. Boy, I was being picky today. Very picky. I left those. I think it's because they just weren't the right color. I don't know. Something about that color. I always love picking up these little things. I don't know what that back stamp is. Kris from Worthington Home, she would know. She is I default to her as the China expert. LOL. I'll leave a link to her channel below. I watch her all the time. I think she's a lovely YouTuber and a lovely reseller. And yeah, if you'd like to learn about China, she's a big collector. These were pottery pieces as well behind here, and they were okay price, but I didn't get them because I didn't know what they were used for. If they were meant to be coasters, they actually, yeah, they weren't. I just didn't understand what their use was. So if I have trouble understanding it, my customers are too. So I left those. But I always look in the mug section because, oh, you hear that sound? That's a new cart coming out. I'll be right back. Yeah, that's what happened. I cut the film off because there was a new cart. You heard that rolling sound, right? Yeah, we always check out the new carts. This was a nice studio pottery piece, signed and everything, but the colors, yeah, they just weren't, it wasn't well done, and the colors weren't there, so I left that. This casserole piece I'm about to show you was really lovely, but $7.99 was too high, but I did really like it. Cordon bleu. It sounds familiar, but it was a lovely piece, but it just wasn't lovely enough to pay up for it because that's about all it's worth. This, however, instantly caught my eye for subject matter. So we're in spring. This is going to sell immediately. Between the watering can, the butterfly, the bird, this is going to instantly attract somebody. And spoiler alert, I already sold it. So the day I put it out for sale, it was gone. This one was also beautiful, but this is a lesson in subject matter. Still $5.99, very good price, awesome quality, super heavy, excellent condition. I don't know what that back stamp means, but the subject matter is not going to sell. It just isn't. It doesn't have a broad enough appeal. It's such a shame because it is a beautiful piece, but I left it because the subject matter, I believe, is not as appealing and just won't sell. This, I thought at first, was like a 60s cat, you know, those long cats or something like that. Just kidding. It's from Bed Bath & Beyond. Somebody paid $20 for this, and it's a toilet brush holder. They had it facing front, so all I saw was the cat, and I'm thinking, oh my word, is this like a 1970s sculpture or something? No. It's a toilet brush holder. That's funny, huh? Cute set of modern plates. They would have been $1 a piece, but there would have had to have been a stack of like 6 or 8 of them for me to consider them. Actually, there was a stack of, but they weren't all the same. They were all different. So, yeah, I left them. I think more towards holiday time, those would have been appealing. Speaking of holiday time, these were lovely. Just checking. Gibson is a great name. I do see that out a lot. It's always nice quality. But I was making sure they weren't Lennox or something. This was a lovely, lovely teapot. $3.99, good price. It wasn't studio pottery, but it was nice quality. But unfortunately, it had a very big defect in it. The spout had a really big... Actually, no. Actually, the defect is there's no lid. That's right. That's why I didn't get it. There was no lid. I knew it had a defect. It's the lid. It was missing its top. These were pretty. So my Goodwill does get donations from TJ Maxx Marshalls because it's in the same plaza as both of those stores. So if you hit it right, you can find things that were from clearance at TJ Maxx Marshalls. That's where these plates were from. These also, believe it or not, were not old. They were TJ Maxx, originally $4.99, and Goodwill wanted $3.99 for them. So not much of a discount. There was only 3, but they're new. So yeah, this aisle had a lot of TJ Maxx Marshalls, which is good. That's what I'm looking for, but they have to be priced right. They can't just be, you know, a little under clearance. They have to be really priced right. And unfortunately, I did not find anything like that. All right, well, I'm still trying desperately to find stuff, but that's okay. I'm in the zone, and I love it. It's fine. So this was cute. I think it's vintage. It's probably a good price for a vintage piece. Sometimes I will definitely buy vintage things like this and mix it in with my modern pieces. But in this case, this was a hobbyist piece. It wasn't, if it had been an authentic vintage commercial piece, I would have picked it up. But because it was a hobbyist piece, you know, made in like a ceramic hobbyist thing, I didn't get it. Because I don't think a collector would want that. So anyway, I will take my spring dish and bring it back to my cart and be happy with that. Oops, I almost put it in the wrong cart. Did you guys see that? I literally almost put it in the wrong cart.
Yeah, I got a lot going on here, huh? It's fine.
This lady was so sweet. She was literally asking me if I was okay because I had so much stuff in my cart. Is that not the best? Anyway, I do want to say a lot of people see that I'm a reseller when I'm out because my cart is so full, and they do ask me questions. So I'm surprised not more people ask me questions on these videos. Maybe as my channel grows and more people subscribe and this kind of thing. But yeah, lots of times people just out and about will ask me where I sell my stuff, how I know what to buy, you know, how I price things. I mean, they're not shy. They will definitely ask me. I think there's a lot of people out there that really want to do it as a side hustle, either through eBay or through a flea market booth or something like that. So anyway, don't be shy. If you have some questions, put them in the comments. I'll definitely answer any questions you have. And if you have an idea for a video that you'd like me to do, then leave that as well. I've been thinking about possibly doing something about how much money, you know, you really can make, what my sales goals are, things like that. If people really want to know, I am happy to share. But you got to let me know. All right, this was cute, but sorry, I don't know why. Sometimes my camera angle, I'm not paying attention. But yeah, it wasn't quite big enough. I think if it had been a bigger piece, and this was really cheap and light. Globes do well for me, but they have to be better quality. So I passed on that. I always look at the end caps. Pro tip, don't buy anything Ray Dunn or anything with letters on it, writing. It's definitely out. I have a small collection of Ray Dunn left in my store that I can't even give away. So I thought these were tiki mugs, and that's why I picked them up, but they were just figurines, so I left them. But if they had been those mugs, I would have definitely grabbed them. You can see that my Goodwill shelves are packed. I grabbed this ribbon for my mom. She loves to do crafts, and I'm always picking up supplies for her when I see them out. She does really well in my store. She makes wreaths and sells them and does really well. And my dad makes birdhouses, and he does really well too. This box was perfect, but at $7.99, I cannot make any money on that, so I left it. But it would have been a great thing to add. Fun fact, my mom used to be a nurse. Yep, a good nurse makes all the difference. It sure does. Yeah, long story short, I was hit by a car when I was a teenager, and my mom was a nurse in the hospital that I was cared for in, so that was an amazing thing to at least have my mom with me while I was recovering, but that was interesting. Anyway, yeah, $14.99, even at half off, this was still really overpriced. I think it might have been a jewelry holder or something. I'm thinking, wait a second, you look familiar. $5.99. Let me go back and get your sister because I already saw her and put you guys together. They're a little bit too much for me. Yeah, $6 a piece is too much for those items, especially out of season. If they had been half price, I would have purchased them and saved them for Christmas. I always try to check out the front cabinet. That's where they put all the more expensive items. I don't usually have a lot of luck up here, but I still look. I think serious vintage dealers always actually probably come here first. This was pretty with a little hummingbird inside of it. Very delicate and pretty. This jade piece was gorgeous. And I don't know what those are. I was seeing if there was anything in here that sometimes you could find a half off piece in here that's really nice, like pottery. I usually look in here for pottery, if I'm being honest. I see that Polish pottery piece, but it was full price. It was like $25, so I passed on that. These glass pieces are always beautiful to look at, but again, that one was also $25. They pretty much price anything nice at around $25 in this cabinet. So unless it's half off, it's not really anything I can work with. This paperweight was pretty. That was $3.99. That was a surprise, but it's probably modern. It probably didn't sell for much more new. Okay, I am done shopping. I have this cart. I'm super excited. I found a lot of good stuff. This will be an excellent restock for my store. Look at me. I'm all smiles. This is awesome.
This and that and the whole nine thing. You too. Bye. Okay, see you soon.
Yeah, pro tip, definitely get to know the people that work in these stores, and just to make an honest connection with them. You never know what kind of tips they might give you as well, and I always love to make good friends with them.
Hi, I'm back from my Goodwill shopping. It's the next day. It's a beautiful day. The sun is streaming in my windows. I'm in a different spot. I'm in my living room. We have a really nice fireplace. Actually, it's a fireplace insert. I don't know if a lot of you guys have that. So if you have a fireplace, you can actually get an insert, and it burns like a stove, like a wood stove. It's very intense heat, and it's got a fan and works really well. Anyway, that's where I am, but I have a beverage. It's just club soda. It's the morning. But yeah, because I got a lot to show you, and let's get into it. So the Goodwill was definitely giving. My total spend, I think it was, I'm going to start giving you guys my total spend. I'm going to say it was $119. At the Goodwill I was shopping at, they have 2 discount opportunities. They have a senior day, which is on Wednesday, which I do qualify for, but I was shopping on Monday. That was yesterday. Today's Tuesday. So they do give a small discount for if you spend more than $25. So I definitely did that. So I think it's like a 5% discount, almost like they waived the sales tax, something like that. So anyway, all right. So during the video, you probably saw me pick up this platter. Beautiful spring motif subject matter. The birds always sell. So this is a bird with a watering can and beautiful wildflowers. It's by Wildflower Meadow. This is the back stamp. I don't know if that means anything to anybody, but I paid $5.99 for it. So there's definitely still some room in there for me to make a profit on that, but that will sell right away because of the subject matter. And then I grabbed this small mirror. I just loved the black floral border on it with the gold. It's excellent. It's in excellent condition. There's no scratches on it or anything. And then the back of it, I don't know if somebody made this or what the deal is, but it's all inscribed. It says, for Christmas for you, 2021. I don't know. I don't know if somebody made this or they purchased it and just wrote on the back of it, but I paid $3.99 for that. And the half off colors yesterday were green and blue. So this was a full price, but at $3.99, there's plenty of room in there for me on that. I did grab this wood item. So this was $9.99, but it was blue. So it was half off. So I got it for $5. And this is just your typical, this will sell immediately. There's plenty of room in there for me. This is like that natural wood stuff. It's got a really pretty design on the front here, this white floral. This sells right away in my store because it's very popular. A lot of people love using these for organizational purposes, you know, to put their keys, like a key bowl, or to put decorative things like balls of moss or ceramic balls that have like floral designs on them, stuff like that. But it's super popular. As soon as I saw this, I grabbed it and put it in my cart. This was just a nice stoneware bowl. It did not have a back stamp on it, but people love these things for their kitchens. It was, let's see, $1.99. Sorry, I have my my glasses for distance on. I don't know why. I should probably take them off. Yeah, so this was $1.99. Unfortunately, it didn't have I was hoping it was like a Hall or USA or something, but it doesn't, it also does not have a modern stamp on it either. So I don't know if this is old or not. I really don't. But I think the design on it is really pretty, and it's in excellent condition. There's no scratches or marks or chips. So I grabbed that because I think it's the perfect color for spring. And I found this pottery piece. Oh, this is I love finding like studio pottery like this. Oh my God, this will sell right away. I paid shockingly $4 for this. I have no idea. Somebody didn't get the memo with marking stuff up, but it was $4, and it's got that really rough studio pottery bottom, but the colors in this are really beautiful. I love the handle, the detail in the handle, and the drip glaze on the inside. It's a really good size. It's big enough for, you know, like a juice beverage or something outside, something like that, lemonade. Loved that. Yeah, let me take a quick break and get more stuff. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. I had to grab, I've got all my stuff lined up here, so I didn't want to start reaching too far. But anyway, so I got a set of these baskets. They were $3.99 a piece. And one of them was new with the tag on it still from Home Goods. So a set of matching green baskets like that. Super popular, really good shape. They don't even, obviously they have the tag on. They don't even look like they were used. They still have their tags on them. They were $3.99 each, which again, that's a really good price for these. Brand new, looks like they were $9.99. They have their Home Goods sticker on them. And then these were $3.99. So at least Goodwill was marking it, you know, much lower than the retail price, which they should be doing. That's good. Oops. And this one was a green sticker. It was $3.99, so I got it for $2. I love getting these. I don't know what the name of the style of this is. To me, it's like kind of primitive or folk art kind of thing, and it's a candle stand. And I like it when they don't have the pin, so that you can put like a jar candle on here, or really anything that you want to display. But these are really popular, and at only $2, there's plenty of room in there for me. A lot of people purchase these. They like to group them in with other things, like in displays, kind of like, you know, group them with something of this nature. And yeah, they're really popular. I sell them really quickly in my store, and I was super psyched to find that one. And also, I will buy candles. Somebody had donated, I think you saw in the footage previously, I think I took some footage of it. Somebody had donated like their entire candle collection. Unfortunately, the Goodwill had marked most of it really high, like $9, $10, $12, which you can just go in Marshall's and get candles for that. So I skipped on most of them, but this one was, let's see, this one was $3.99. So that's a good price, and it is Holiday Memories Sugar Cookie. So I thought that was a really, and of course I always check them to see if they've been burnt. And I can't tell, I think it might have been burnt, but it still has all the glitter on it. So it must have come with like a glitter glaze on the top of it, and it's totally full, and it smells amazing. So I totally grabbed that because candles sell really well in my store. All right, and then some more pottery. Pottery is like almost a #1 seller, top 3 seller. This piece was $3.99, and I love the glaze on it and the design. I love it when they do little designs on it and they're not just plain. So it's a studio pottery piece. It is signed, and it's just got this really pretty design on it. Super nice. I love the color too. Very muted, very neutral and natural. Here's another piece. This one was also $3.99, and it's got great colors in it. I love the inside. It's also a studio piece and signed. So really pretty. I love it when people do studio pieces like this that are just, I don't know, they're just appealing to everybody. I think they're universally appealing. I love them myself. I definitely use them in my house. And just a run-of-the-mill planter. Again, this is spring. These are very popular. I got this half off. It was $3.99, but blue was a half off color. No back stamp or anything. It's just a basic planter, but it's super popular this time of year, so this thing will go very quickly in my store. All right, let's keep going with our next batch of stuff. I just moved more stuff up. I do always bring my own bags when I go shopping. Anywhere I go thrifting, I do bring my own bags. And I did bring in one IKEA bag. So you'll see I actually bought a really big stainless steel cooler thing, and I put a lot of it in there too, but I had a lot this time. All right, so for $5.99 each, I did find these matching they're glass vases. At first I thought they went like this, but they don't, because that's the bottom, obviously. So they're an open vase, but they have this like flat lip on them. I don't know what that would be used for. I have no idea. But I wouldn't buy just one if I saw one, but because there was two. A lot of people want like a symmetrical set of something if they want to you know, like decorate on their mantelpiece, like, you know, like up here, like people just put these like side by side on a mantelpiece, or they want to put them on a long dining room table and have matching arrangements. So if I can find them in sets of two, I always get them. These were $5.99 a piece, but one of them had the original sales sticker on it. It looks like they sold for $19.99 or something like that originally. I don't know what store this is from. I would guess probably Hobby Lobby or something like that, but them being green is also very desirable. I think green is probably the most desirable color when I'm selling glass that I found. Maybe second would be like blue, and then maybe third would be like an amber color, and then last would be like anything red or anything brown or anything clear. So I will never buy red, brown, or clear. I only buy green, blue, amber. So if I can find those colors, that's what I purchased, and that's exactly what these were. So I purchased them. Hopefully I can sell them really quick. All right, this was just a cute little small arrangement. It was just $2.99, all wrapped up in burlap. This is just the kind of cute stuff people buy. Super quick, super inexpensive. They just love, you know, putting it out anywhere in their house for spring decor. Sometimes even people buy this for their work, you know, their cube. They want to put something cute on their desk or something like that, just to cheer them up during the work day. So they'll grab something small and cute like that. Then I saw this hand-painted platter. I could tell right away this was hand-painted, and it's from Italy. It's got the back stamp. Who doesn't love Italian porcelain? It was $3.99, so super, super reasonable. I love finding these Italian pieces. They're always very well done, very beautiful, hand painted, and they usually have like really vibrant colors and beautiful designs. So whenever I find pieces that are made in Italy, I always grab them. I think they're beautiful. All right, well, hopefully you guys aren't bored yet. I still have a handful of stuff to go, but I think it's great stuff. I love it when you find so much stuff, right? Okay, so the next thing I found was this brand new, unused hummingbird feeder. So it's definitely hummingbird season. I don't know if any of you guys watch it online. You can actually watch the migration of the hummingbirds. There's a website that does it. I don't know, they're not quite here yet. They're maybe 2 weeks away from being in New England. But they're definitely traveling up the coast, so you can actually watch that. I think it's really cool. So this one's new with the tag still attached. It was $5.99. And if you try getting these, I mean, this is probably one that it would be sold in Walmart, but this part is glass, so it's not plastic. And these can go for like, you know, $15, $20. It's crazy how much these go for. So I know there's definitely room in there for me. I love hanging stuff up like this. I have windows in my store with all these hooks, and this type of thing looks really pretty in displays. So I'm so glad I got that. And I went through their baskets. I found 3 things in their baskets. I mean, nothing amazing, but just cute stuff to resell, very useful stuff. So I found this dark basket. This was $3.99. And the reason why I picked it up is because it's really heavy. It's not a cheap one, and it had no damage on it. And I can still make a couple dollars on something like this. And again, a lot of people look for things like this for organizational reasons. They'll use this to put hand towels, to put even books. You know, sometimes people will just stack books in these. There's a million different ways you can use baskets. So whenever I can find them inexpensive, I grab them. This one was also $3.99, but I loved the detail on this. This is, to me, this looks like a flower picking basket, you know, the kind of thing that you bring out with you, very much a gardening inspired basket. Like you bring it out to the garden with you and put your cut flowers in there or display it with plants. It's very much a gardening, to me, a gardening inspired basket, which I thought was beautiful. And this was only $3.99. It's a really good size. So I'm hopeful I can sell that pretty quickly. And then this, I don't know, it's like a wicker, I want to say it's like a wicker lantern, but obviously I don't think I'd put anything really burning in there. It was $5.99. I think a lot of people just use these for display to group with other things, but it's a really good size. You know, maybe to put this on your, I think you could put an LED candle in here. Yeah, that's what I would do. I would put like a nice larger sized LED candle in here and just have this out on my deck, my patio, maybe hang it from, you know, if you have an umbrella over your table, you could hang this out at night and just have a nice LED candle in it. So I loved it. I thought that would be amazing for having out on your deck. I think it would look great. And right in line with that is a metal lantern. So this one actually it came with the candle in it. It was, let's see, it was only $3.99. Like, again, I must have just hit it super lucky, but usually stuff is not that inexpensive, but this one had an actual real candle in it. So I just reach in here and get it. I guess it just came with it. It's wrapped, so it's an unused candle. You can see the plastic wrap around it, but it is a real candle. Yeah, it's like a citronella candle. Oh yeah, I can smell it. Yeah, what a great idea. All right, so this came with a citronella candle. And it looks basically unused. And for $3.99, there's a ton of room in here for me to resell this. And it's going to look great on somebody's patio. Perfect time of year for this kind of stuff. I was thrilled to find this. I hope I sell it soon. And I know I will, because people are definitely on the hunt for this kind of stuff. And again, like I mentioned to you, I always try to get stuff in pairs. There's just something about a pair of something that people can more easily visualize it. Again, like maybe up on a mantle, you know, side by side, each side of a mantle, or on a long dining room table. Again, they want matching vessels so they can put matching arrangements or whatever. But anyway, I'm going to say I uppaid a little bit for this. I think that's the term people use, that you uppay. These were $7.99 a piece. So that's the most that I would pay for these, but they were in excellent, like new condition, you know, no damage whatsoever. They aren't even dusty. They don't even look like they've been used. So stuff like this in Hobby Lobby or Michael's, you know, this stuff can go for like $15, $18 each. Maybe if you have a coupon, you might be able to get it for, you know, like $12, $13. So there's not a lot of room in here for me. I think I bought them because they were a pair and they would display really nicely in my store. I can make a little bit of money on them, not too much, but somebody will pick them up because they're a pair and they're a very distinct style. Like they're a very kind of regal style, maybe, what would we call this? Like rustic Italian style or old world kind of style. So I grabbed them in hopes that they would just really appeal to somebody with a very specific style, and they would really like them. All right, I didn't find hardly any framed art on this run. I only found one thing for framed art, and it was this. I thought that was really pretty. It is hand stitched. It's all hand done. It says, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are small matters compared to what lies within us," from Ralph Waldo Emerson. So I have a couple of novels from Ralph Waldo Emerson. And I love that saying, and this is the back of it. So it was from Home Goods. It's not old. Somebody paid $12.99 for this. I paid $5.99 for this. So we'll sell that somewhere in the middle. Somebody will probably grab this because of the bird. That's why I purchased it. If it didn't have the bird and it was just the saying with the willow tree, I probably would have passed on it, but because of the bird, it makes it very sellable, very easy to sell. So that's why I grabbed it. All right, I still have some linens and a few other little pieces. I grabbed this porcelain with grape design. It looks like it's like a fruit strainer. I don't think I'd use it for spaghetti or anything because it's only got the 5 holes, but it has no back stamp or anything like that, but it's a really pretty porcelain glass piece. I think I paid $3 for that. I grabbed this little basket. This was half price, so I paid $2 for this. Just simple willow basket. Again, people use these a lot of times for picnicking out on the deck or something like that. They'll just load this up with all their napkins, their silverware, stuff like that. They'll just use it for organizational purposes. And similar to this was $3.99. So again, another deck. Actually, I think it goes this way. Yeah. Another deck handy tray. This is from Resale. Yeah, Studio 225. So this is the kind of thing that's sold in HomeSense. Like if you walk into a HomeSense or Home Goods, they have a ton of outdoor entertaining plastic options for you, like plates, trays, cups. So this is the kind of thing that would have been sold in there. So that will probably go fairly quickly. I did get some linens, just a few things. I got this long table runner. It's got these cute tassels on it. This is a very long runner. So this is folded 4 times, you can see. So this is meant for a very long table. It's a nice, like a linen, aqua colored linen type of fabric, and the reverse of it is just plain cotton, just a plain undyed cream cotton. So I thought this would be a really pretty addition to somebody's dining room table. Actually, I got 3 runners. Okay. This was new, originally from Christmas tree shops. So this was just a runner. I paid $2.99 for this. I don't want to take it out of the packaging, but it's just basically this, you know, neutral grayish, tannish design. Again, it's going to be for a longer table. And then this one was also new. I got lucky on this stuff. This is this shows actually 16 by 90 table runner. So this one is new. It's still on the hanger, and it does have. I'll show you. The bottom of it is all this gray tassels. This I paid $6.99 for, so was a little bit more, but I think it was worth it. I think that will sell probably right away. And last but not least, oh my God, stop talking, right? I can't help it. I'm so excited when you get a really amazing haul like this. So I got this really large stainless steel. This was $5.99. So these are super popular. It's got the handles on it, rope handles, not broken, no dents, nothing wrong with it. It looks really good. Obviously, a lot of people use this for putting ice and drinks if they're going to have a big barbecue. Super popular use for something like this. And a lot of people also use it for gardening. They'll just fill it up with their flowers or have it in a front yard display with you know, petunias or any other outdoor flowers, marigolds, things like that. So this will sell right away. Super popular item. And yeah, I was thrilled to find this. I'm sure I'll sell this right away. Okay, well, I put together this quick display. These are all the items that I picked up at the Goodwill that I showed you in my haul. That wicker lantern and the pottery and this beautiful kind of French country urn, this pottery. These 2 pieces were from a previous haul. We have not sold them yet, but I'm sure they will go real soon. I love the pop of orange. I think it just makes everything look really beautiful, modern, but really in that spring romantic theme. I just love it. What do you guys think? Also did a really quick display with the pillow. The plant stand is also for sale, this wicker tiered plant stand. We got that in a previous haul. And so we've got this little mini basket, the bird pillow, and that's a shower curtain actually. It has a shoreline theme. That's a starfish there. Actually, I think I'll leave it that way. That looks better. All right, yeah, so we just put a couple of things on that tiered plant stand, and hopefully that gets somebody's attention and they fall in love with it. All right, and then I need to open in a couple minutes, but we just finished up a quick little display of some of the other pieces. This was the small floral arrangement, the large patio tray, the matching vases, 2 green vases, and that wooden tray. We just put the tablecloth in there. I had gotten that in the haul before. This is the green stoneware bowl. And we got the little mirror hanging right here. So yeah, just a quick little display. Nothing too special, but just a nice grouping to bring in that green color and get people really feeling that spring vibe. All right, that is all I had for you today. It was a lot, I know. So I think I'm going to end this video right here. I want to thank you so much for watching. And I do want to keep doing the what sold stuff, definitely the display stuff. I don't know if I'll have time to do, if I have time, I'll insert a couple of display pictures here at the end. For the sold stuff, I'm going to have to start taking pictures of this stuff like individually, just to like be able to show what sold, because a lot of people commented they wanted to see how much stuff sold for too. I have literally sold almost everything that I have gone through with you guys. All those wooden trug things, all the linens, all the pillows. I haven't sold all the like glassware or hardware stuff, but I sold all of like the basket type stuff, the wooden, I had bought some bigger wooden trugs, smaller wooden trugs. All those are gone. I bought some throws that were like green or with chickens on them and stuff like that. That's all gone. A lot of the pottery is all gone. All the farmhouse stuff is gone. All the urns that I had bought, like this, like urn, and it had a couple like flowers on it, and that's gone. The one I just showed you in the last video that was missing the cover, but it still had it was like a really big salt glaze one, that's gone. Anyway, you get the picture. So for me to go back through that stuff, I'm gonna have to start taking some individual pictures so I at least have something to show you, you know, when we talk about what's sold, because stuff sells fast. So I'm very lucky. I'm super grateful. It's a really busy time of year for my store. So I'm really, really grateful and lucky that I do have a really good customer base that comes in consistently and faithfully. And I really do try to find things that my customers are going to love. So that's a big part of my job. All right. Well, I will see you guys soon. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. And if you have any questions below about anything I purchased, or any questions about becoming a reseller, or what stuff sold for, or anything like that, feel free to ask me anything down below, and I will see you real soon.